All right, welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk to you guys about Tamires Vidal versus Ramona Pascual. This is the first fight of the night for good reason. This is very low end MMA for the UFC. Vidal making her debut here. She's a favorite. She's minus 140 because she's got a pretty record. I don't know what it is. It's like 7-1 or something. I should have written this shit down. I've written it down for just about everybody else, but not for her. And her one loss comes to Carol Hosa in the third round submission, and that was her second fight. After which Carol had already had 10 fights at least. I think she was 9-3 at the time. So that's a really rough fight for your second fight, especially considering Carol Hosa would turn into the UFC fighter, would eventually reach the UFC. So in retrospect, that loss has aged well, but what hasn't aged so well is her win over Eileen Perez, who's also a current UFC fighter. Just lost her debut to Stephanie Egger a few months ago. And that wasn't a good look. Vidal got a victory via third round disqualification, and it was a fight that she was clearly losing. Just very poorly fought. She would strike her way into the clinch and then just get, not immediately ragdoll, but she was losing the clinch battle and just overall losing that fight until a bad knee, a few fouls, but a bad knee from Eileen Perez stopped the fight. I think she won the fight, and then the fight was ruled a DQ. But anyway, Ramona Pascual is a bigger girl. She's got at least an inch on Vidal, and overall, she's got a bigger frame, I want to say. Vidal's a little shorter and stockier, probably has the harder punch, the overhand punch, but Ramona Pascual is the harder hitter overall and the better striker here. And I do think if Vidal wants to get into the clinch with Ramona Pascual, if she's stuck in the clinch without getting an immediate takedown, she's going to get roughed up. That's what I think. And Ramona Pascual, she's good everywhere. She doesn't have great victories, but she's looked good in her two losses, or all right, I should say. She didn't really look good at all in that Jocelyn Edwards fight. She hurt her early, won round one, hurt her at the end of round one, and then just fell apart. She didn't have an answer for Jocelyn Edwards' kicking game, and it was just, she had nothing. That fight was won. It was settled on the kicking level, much like Jordan Levitt versus Trey Ogden last year. It wasn't a good look. But Ramona Pascual, still, she's shown toughness, and she's got a lot of finishes in her short career. She's 6-4 overall, and I think she's got 5 finishes. So she is a finisher. I think 4 TKOs there. And she's going to have an overall striking advantage, I want to say, in this fight. Well, pretty much everything but the overhand I'd favor Ramona with. And as far as her being wrangled by Vidal, even though Vidal's got some nice victories, taking out Martina Jandrova, who's over in the PFL, just fought Kayla Harrison recently. And her last one over Quayla Braga in LFA, got a nice heel hook in round 2. But still, I don't think Vidal. I think Vidal's gonna lose this fight. I don't think she's got what it takes to impose her game. She could lace up a heel hook or whatever. I suppose it's always possible, but I trust Ramona to be better. Almost everywhere, really. I'm not sure about the jiu-jitsu, but I do think Ramona's bigger and can win the fight on the defensive wrestling end of things, and also in the striking realm. So I like Ramona to win this fight. Plus 110. I was hoping to see her at plus odds, and it was a relief. I did play her at plus 110. I do think there's value there. Most of her wins come via finish, and against a UFC newcomer who I can't say folded against Eileen Perez, but between that and the Kimura loss to what's her name there, Carol Hosa, despite it being Carol Hosa, but those two moments there, they have me doubting her ability to go to a decision in a losing effort, and especially with someone who has a propensity for finishes. So I do like Ramona Pascual in this fight. Plus 110, it covers the decision and the finish, and you can put it in parlays. That's good enough for me. Ramona Pascual plus 110. If I had to give you a prediction, I'd say she wins a decision. And even though those odds are plus 225, I don't find that enticing, because Again, I don't know. There's too many unknowns with this fight, and I can't trust it to even go to a decision, despite it being female MMA. All right, like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit. Check out my other videos, and don't forget to drink my sponsor, Tropical Mango Vitamin Water.